And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another rendition of NXTilosos, your the sexiest NXT review show out here on the internet. Of course, my name is Mikey. I am El Jefe of BC WrestlePod, running the ones and twos. And joining me this evening is the Pleat Father himself. Kiltman is in the house.
Greetings,
Ooh.
greetings, salutations, one and all. I, of course, am here, and I just realized I forgot to post things places. Uh, so continue with the intro while I do the posting.
Do the posting. So we are here tonight. Of course, we will be covering the Tuesday, February 24th edition of NXT. And boy, howdy, this was a jam-packed episode. We had 7 matches, a bunch of them being championship matches or number one contender tournaments. Lots of things went down. And while I did enjoy some of it, this is definitely screaming, oh crap, we have less than 2 weeks to build to um Vengeance Day. So we're gonna see how the rest of that turns out in the next 2 weeks. But we got lots of things to talk about. But before we do, I do the intro bit as I always do here. Whether you are new or you have been rocking with us for a while now, you can find all of our lives at YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. And YouTube also has the edited version of the episodes that go up the following day after the live. So you can watch the condensed version of us talking about it. We are also on the social medias at BC WrestlePod, where we post clips of our shows, as well as report cards for the TVs, programs, and the pay per views. We see predictions forms. We see a lot of stuff. It is a lot of fun over on the social medias. We also have some merchandise available to you at our shop, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com, where it is fantastically good stuff. We have merch for all of our weekly shows, and slowly but surely, we will be getting the international teams and their merch up very soon. So can't wait for all of that. And last but certainly not least, we pay for a lot of streaming services and we pay for some of these pay per views with some of these companies still. So if you would be so kind to help us, pay for all these things, we have a little coffee bot who will be popping up in the Twitch and YouTube chat ever so often. But no pressure, as we know times are economically tough across the nation right now. And you being here interacting with us is enough. And we appreciate your support in whichever way you want to do so. Alrighty, now that I gotten that out of the way, before I lose my mind thanks to this cold medicine, let's get into NXT, shall we? Because we have a lot to discuss. I I had to sit and think about this after I was finished watching NXT last night, and I had to figure to myself, okay, realistically, if I was going to give this on the scale of a C minus to an A plus, where would this particular episode of NXT leave me? Because originally I wanted to be it in the C range, right? Because I was mad and I was angry. But then I had to think about it. I was just like, there was still some really good stuff, and I don't want to penalize the wrestlers for doing their job. I blame creative for this one. So I settled it on a B, which in some cases, some people will be like, that's too high. I was like, listen, I had issues with certain things, but there was a lot of good stuff too. And it seems that we are at a true reset to heading into Vengeance Day. And what we'll discuss more in detail, the NXT Stand and Deliver that is not going to be part of WrestleMania weekend, which is crazy. And we're going to talk about that at the very end of the show. But let's get into it because we started things off this NXT this week with our NXT Tag Team Championship match. This, of course, is, Dark State being represented by, these two, Osiris and Saquon Sugars. We love them. I love Saquon. And they were defending their titles against the number one contenders who won the Fatal 4-Way last week in the Vanity Project. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I was waiting. I knew Tony was gonna come out in some capacity. I didn't think that he would be the demise and the cause of Dark State losing their titles this quickly. I thought he would at least get through all the other members first before, costing Dark State their tag team championships. And I'm a little annoyed that now we have to deal with the Vanity Project boys as tag team champions. I'm like, good Lord. Um, and this was the first sign I was just like, shit's about to go down and we just gonna ride with it. Um, yeah.
How dare creative make me root for Dark State? That's the thing that upset me about this match. It's like, how dare you make me like make me root for the people I don't like because their gimmick is old and overdone and overused and can move on. Also, why is that man so freaking orange?
Listen, Vanity Project, we talked about this before.
Oh, I know we talked about it, but
they're taking tips from Bronze Breaker, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, he must be, because the Bronze Boy must be there. And I hope Bronson Reed does recover quickly.
It was nasty.
That's
Yeah.
nasty. I as much as I may not like his character or the storyline that they're pushing with the Vision, which is now blurring. They're straight up getting cataracts because can't see their talent anymore.
That whole group is cursed, man. Seth, Bronson Reed.
I'm waiting for the other two. Freaking Paul Heyman's gonna stub his toe and won't be able to come back for a while.
I'm just like, how is it that all these other people are out on injury, yet somehow the injury bug has missed handsome Squidward incarnate himself, Logan Paul? Like, how is he and Austin Theory the only two who have yet to get hit by the injury bug?
Like, in all honesty, if I will, I'm gonna say this one thing, and then we're gonna go back to Orange Boy and his tag partner, and the two that I'm like, how am I rooting for these two? I'm actually surprised when Logan got face planted, he didn't get just an injury just because. Like, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to that side of everything, but we'll talk about that later. Because there's something that made me look at Monday night that just made me go, that doesn't make someone look strong. You should not have done that. That makes it look like someone's doing something dangerous, and that is not okay. But I will continue to move forward with our actual topic, which is these four. What? I don't like it. I don't like it. The match overall was okay. I won't say it was great. I'm not big on a lot of interference, but like, there's a difference between interference, like the shady, this helps, but or the blatant, I'm gonna do it anyways and act like I don't like that. It looks stupid. Like, it's just I don't know why I was rooting for Dark State this entire time. Most probably because I wanted my belly boys to come back and be the. But they had a good segment later on, and we'll talk about that later on. Moving on. Why is he so damn orange?
I don't
can't
know.
Stop thinking about it. When he hits the mat, I half expect him to leave an imprint of just orange, like Matt Cardona did to the hotel bed sheets when he came back the first time to WWE. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because that was a funny post that Chelsea Green posted.
Right.
you just see a Matt Cardona fucking silhouette of.
Seriously. Oh my goodness. But
these three are going to be insufferable. I swear to you.
And they're supposed to be. Am I going to enjoy it? Probably not, but they're doing their job. But because of Tony D'Angelo and causing a distraction, this does allow the Vanity Project boys to pick up the tag titles. So currently, the Vanity Project, all three members, you have two of them as the NXT Tag Team Champions, and then you have our main guy who is the WWE Men's Evolved Champion. And so Tony and Dark State are still on a collision course. What that looks like, I have no clue. And I'm pretty sure we're probably going to get something at Vengeance Day. But this was the first sign I was just like, oh, this night is about to go up and down. It's about to be on and popping. Like, it's about to really either make me really mad or really excited or a little bit of both. And you know what? By the end of the show, I was a mixture of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the Vanity Project is now your new NXT Tag Team Champions. They are going to be insufferable, but that is their character, that is their job, and we're going to see what, how this reign goes for these boys. Alrighty. Let's keep this going, though, because after this, we get into our next match, which was Super Sean Legacy versus, of course, Keanu Carver. I actually really like this match. I actually really like Keanu Carver's pounce. Like, when he pounces on Super Sean Legacy and just like bulldozes him. And I was like, you know what? I'm here for this. I knew last week when Super Sean Legacy challenged Keanu Carver to a match, I'm like, this man's about to die.
I have to agree, but also I'm going to call you out on something. I think I just heard something in your background, sir.
What's up?
You might need to go check your fire alarm detectors. All of a sudden, you're sitting there talking out here. Chirp. I'm like,
that's not me.
Okay, good.
I'm like, we just changed it, so it can't be me.
It was so. Oh, I'm sorry. It was so stupid that I'm like, wait a second. Oh, my brain's derailed now. Okay, all right, we're going back to this game. All right. I enjoyed the physicality of this match. I enjoyed there were some close calls that were almost like looked like botches, or that looked like they were supposed to be botches. And there's a few things I'm like, okay, please just land this cleanly. Don't land this dirty or look dirty. Like, please, because of how dangerous it looked. Like, there was a few things that Sean Legacy did that I just like, oh God, please don't. And then there's a couple times where Keanu just tosses him over the ropes or pushes him off the ropes, and I'm like, okay, please land clean. Please don't hurt yourself, because it looked bad. Like, no matter how you angled it, it looked like it was going to end badly, and thankfully it didn't. These two, I swear, they're going to be like Ilya in the way that they're just going to just go ham and potentially hurt themselves. And I'm like, guys, please don't. I as much as I don't like Keanu's character, I am always concerned about the talent, because they are there to tell the stories and there to do stuff, and freak shit happens. But I also want to make sure that they're safe. The distance in the PC between the ring and like the far side of the ring and the and the barricade is like maybe 5, 6, at most 7 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could comfortably jump from the ring and literally go from the apron to the barricade with no issues.
Right.
Like, sorry, I'm dealing with moderator stuff.
It's all good.
But my mind went go woo. But no, it's like and so in that area it's a little, and on the opposite side, on the camera side, it's about the same as well. And just like, there's just so much over there, and I'm like, because that's where all the handicapped people sit actually. It's camera side. And it's like, I look at this, I'm like, guys, I see how good you guys are. I love your physicality. I love the way you were telling the story in the ring. And I love the fact that they were trying to do the spear through the freaking crow's nest again, or whatever the heck they want to call that little area right there.
Mhm.
He gets a super kick up. I'm like, okay, that's great. I like that storytelling. I look forward to the things that these two do week in, week out. But I just I still wish they would take Keanu's character in a completely different direction,
Mhm.
instead of the stereotypical hood rat. Or at least that's how I see it. I know that coming from one of the palest guys on the team, it's not probably good for me to say, but I want him to portray a character that's more true to him and more true to, because from what I can tell, this man is extremely talented, and I want him to succeed, but I don't want him to be typecast.
Which, I can understand that, but also I think to kind of push back a little bit, maybe this is exactly what Keanu wanted, and if this is what he was like, okay, this is my realness, I'm gonna do that. I'm like all for him too.
Well, yeah, I
I do.
agree.
I think the one thing I want from Keanu, because I think his prowess is there, his in-ring is there. I just need a little bit more from the character, but I honestly think that they do have something special with Keanu on their hands in NXT. And same thing with Super Sean Legacy. I think because both of these guys are coming into the NXT system from the independent scene, I think that this sounds really bad because I love indie wrestling, but like they got the crazy spots, but I think with a little more time, you're going to polish the way that WWE wants wrestlers to wrestle. And then hopefully those scary spots will not be as prevalent going forward. But this was a really fun match. Keanu Carver beats Super Sean Legacy, and Keanu Carver keeps getting this win streak. So I can't be mad. After this match, though, we get into our another one. This is our triple threat for the men's speed championship match. Of course, going into this match, we have our champion, Jasper Troy, taking on the challengers of Eli Knight and Elio LaFleur. So, of course, this match got set up as a triple threat because we went to the time limit draw in the finals last week. Robert Stone said that we're going to make it a triple threat and we're extending it to a 7-minute time limit. I was just like, okay. Um, I actually really enjoyed this match. I think Eli Knight is really fantastic. I'm a big fan of Elio LaFleur, Jasper Troy playing the monster in this one and kind of just tossing them around, which has been really good. And again, surprise number 2 of the night, we have a new speed champion. Elio LaFleur is our new men's WWE speed champion. I'm like, whoa,
We,
I'm not going.
we, we,
I
we,
did not.
we,
I'm not gonna
we.
lie. I did not see that coming. I did not
I
see. It's crazy.
I didn't see it either. I thought I was gonna I thought Eli was gonna take it, or it was gonna just stay the same. Um, and I love it. I like it. I hated the 7-minute time limit because this could have been a 5-minute match. But that's my own personal thing with it. Still a great match. Still amazing. All three guys put on a killer show for that, and they did phenomenal. I think honestly, this was probably one of the top matches for me this tonight, or for that night. But we shall see what happens throughout the night, as we discuss. But yeah, these guys did this. They did amazing. I think this was a really good format. Um, they didn't. It didn't feel. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to really say it. Because I'm never a big fan of triple threat matches. When if you pin one person who's not the champion, I have weird thoughts. But anyway, this was good. Great action, great storytelling for these guys. I am so looking forward to our French luchador and his title reign of Speed Champ. Hopefully they give him like a week off before they start the tournament again, or at least just let him enjoy it a little bit. But this is going to be interesting to say the least.
It definitely is. So I'm really excited to see them give the championship to Elio LaFleur. I'm, I'm also excited because we might be getting more of the UK talent that got signed a couple months ago slowly start to make their way into NXT 2. And you know what? Congrats to Elio. I'm excited to see where this goes for him. And you know what? I'm also interested to see what's next for Jasper now that he's no longer Speed Champion. So good show from all three of these guys. All right, let's keep this going because next up, we get a pre tape promo from Mr. Joe Hendry, who gives us his story thus far and how he has everything that he has gone through and everything he has done has led him to this moment. He is a champion in NXT and he wants to make sure that he is still going to be champion. So he's going to fight with everything that he has to make sure that Ricky doesn't take the title from him at Vengeance Day. I was like, "You go, Joe." So I have nothing more to add because this is a pretty straightforward babyface promo from Joe Hendry here. Moving on. Okay. So this is
I vote we
where
skip.
no, we cannot skip. We have to talk about it. You cannot just run from your feelings. That is not healthy. Anywho,
When do I do anything that? Well, I do a lot of healthy things. Let me remind myself. I drink a lot of water.
yes. So let's talk about this because this match seems to be dividing the NXT fan base down the middle. So we have the NXT Women's Championship match. Of course, JC Jane defending the title against Sol Ruka. Sol gets this opportunity for winning the tag team match with her and Zarya versus Ren QCC, where the winner who gets the pin gets the championship match against JC. After cutting promos last week, we got it officially made that this match was happening this week. I thought it would happen at Vengeance Day, but no. I was not expecting them to go all in like immediately from the beginning. I thought the match would have happened a little bit and then we would have gotten something at the end, but no. As soon as we are ready to start this match, Zarya spears Sol Ruka and then she picks her up and gives her an F5 for her troubles. The bell rings and JC pins her in less than 5 seconds. And your winner and still NXT Women's Champion, JC Jane. And I'm just like, oh, okay. That's how we're gonna do this. All right. I think talking about it too, I'm still torn. I knew the breakup was happening, and honestly, it needed to because we kept playing the long game of will they, won't they. But and this is me personally, I personally would have enjoyed it if we waited to give the match some time and then it happened at the end because now I'm trying to go through my head. So now it's Zarya and Sol who's going to be feuding for a little bit because I think Sol's going to cost Zarya next week. But then I'm just sitting, okay, those two are going to feud for Vengeance Day. Then who is JC going to fight at the Stand and Deliver? Because JC, I think, is ready to head on over to the main roster. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, so you didn't let Sol win here, unless you give Sol another shot or what? I was just like, who is left on the women's roster to take the title from JC at this point? My heart hurt because Zaruka is now officially over. I am excited for the feud. I'm just a little confused that this was the moment they decided to pull the trigger and not wait for like a pay-per-view for it to happen. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. Anyways, Kilt, your thoughts.
The fuck, 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 the fuck. Now, with my feelings out of the way, logic is coming in. I wanted to see action. I wanted to see, I wanted to see fun go back and forth. I wanted a soul snatched, not an F5 to the freaking announce table. Well, I did want to see that, but that's beside the point. Here's how I see it, or here's how I would like to book it. Zarya has next week. Soul fucks up that. Stone says, "Oh, well, you three can't get over yourselves. Triple threat, Vengeance Day." Or Zarya wins next week, and then Soul and Zarya duke it out, Vengeance Day. But also, I agree with you. Like, if if JC's going up, who's she going to, who's she fighting to get that? Jada's having a go with freaking Blake Monroe. Tater Tot and Izzy Dame are going at it. Lola Vice is going against freaking Kalani Jordan. Who am I missing? Who in the locker room am I missing?
Well, I mean, given with the women that we have right now, honestly, the people who are not tied up in the speed tournament, of course, for
Yeah,
JC, she's pretty much beaten everyone. So she's beaten
it,
Lola, she's
yeah,
beaten Thea,
yeah,
she's Jada.
yep.
The only other people, well, we haven't seen JC and Blake go at it, but Blake is tied up right now with Jada Parker, so I don't think that's
Yeah.
happening anytime soon.
Um,
You have Ren Sinclair, love her,
me-
but we haven't done enough for her to be like, oh, I think she can take the title from JC. But Ren is so good, though. I want to make that
I
abundantly
love
clear.
Ren. Ren is amazing. And I don't think that I don't think that what's her name?
Kendall's not getting it until she loses her Women's Evolve
Yeah, she
Championship.
has to drop that title first before she even gets a chance to go after this one. And most likely they'll kind of throw the progress of North American at her first, is my assumption. But then again, the way they've been treating the North American title, it
Women's
feels
one, at least, yeah.
well. The women's one feels almost the same level as the NXT Women's Championship, and then with the men's, it's kind of like, depending on the week, they're either they're like one above the other or side by side. It just like it's one of these weirdos, and I'm like, I need you to clearly define this. I need it because obviously in main roster it's American, it's IC, and then it's undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
Heavyweight undisputed. However you want to flip that up. Okay, I'm gonna complain a little bit about it because I want to. It makes me feel better. They have technically because technically the IC and the American Championship are supposed to be mid cards,
Mm-hmm.
but they're on opposite ends of the mid card. It feels like they've taken the mid card and just said lower, upper, and American, at least on the men's side, American
Mm-hmm.
IC. Now on the women's side, they're
Mm-hmm.
I would say they're equal, but when Chelsea had it, she just had that. She had that gimmick that just made me love every single minute she had it on. With the North American title, I'm trying to put into words my feelings with the title situation here at NXT. Because obviously there's wait, when was the last time we had the women's North American title defended?
I
At least 3 weeks ago, maybe 4,
mm-hmm.
because I'm because it was Izzy Dame versus, I want to say, well, it was either Izzy. It was no, because it was Thea lost it to Izzy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Izzy had one defense. I want to say she had one defense. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go look it up. But
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I completely forgot we were getting Izzy and Tatum at Vengeance Day. I was just like, we're not pushing this story. So I'm like, okay. But anywho,
well, the thing is, they pushed it a little bit last night.
that's true. But I'm
It,
like, where are my girls?
it was weak. It was a weak push, but it was there.
I am done taking mediocrity. I am sorry. I need, like, you want me to tune in on a Saturday to watch Vengeance Day. And of course, I'm going to watch it because, we cover the NXT PLEs as well. But y'all got to start pushing these stories because right now it is just those two matches. And you just had a bunch of championship matches here. So I'm like, so what's left over?
Yeah, it's like, okay, I will hold off our Vengeance Day booking conversation to the end of stream because I have thoughts and I want to talk about them, but I want to talk with the rest of the night so that way we can talk about Vengeance Day, which is next week. No,
2 weeks. No, you're right. Next weekend is Vengeance Day. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's the 7th. It's next week.
Wait,
because I just got the invite for Tuesday.
Not even 2 weeks. You're absolutely right. Next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday is Vengeance Day. So we don't even have that long. Holy hell! Oh man, the go home show is next Tuesday. Oh shit. Okay, we're in more trouble than I thought.
Yeah, if I'm lucky, I'll be at the go home show.
That would be fantastic. Alrighty, but Zaruka is no more. And we're going to talk about Zarya a little bit later because I do have the slide of what happened afterwards. But let's get into this. This is a women's WWE's women's speed tournament match. Thea Hale versus Blake Monroe. Again, speed match, 3 minutes. Jada Parker comes in to cause a little bit of a stir for Blake, which would allow Thea to capitalize and pick up the win here. So Thea Hale is moving on to the next round, and she is going to end up facing Nikita Lyons or Ren Sinclair in the finals. And then if Thea wins, she will go on to face Fallon for the WWE Women's Speed Championship. Yeah, I have nothing else to add, and I think we can move on.
I all I gotta say is, Thea, I'm loving everything you're doing on social media right now.
She's
the divorced dad, like everything is great. Also, your dog is super fluffy, and I just want to hug it. Have you seen her dog?
It is adorable and
it
fluffy.
Is so fluffy. She's like, you. I think she posted something about, don't judge you can't judge my dog, or I won't let you judge my dog. I'm like, I judge your dog super fluffy.
Right.
I love it. Let me give you a hug.
We love it so much.
It's great.
So yeah, Thea's moving on to the next round. Jada and Blake are still having beef, so we'll see how that develops. But after this, we get this match. We get Uriah Connors versus Kale Dixon. This is the match that happened.
I forgot about this match because I skipped through it because I just wasn't interested in it initially. Because wasn't like Uriah, I think it was either Uriah's brother was supposedly supposed to like potentially come to. I saw something about this today. I think I sent it to you. I don't remember, but I think it was Uriah's brother was supposed to come to WWE after being done with
Japan.
I think it was Japan. It was either JCW or GCW. I can't remember which. And then supposedly he was going to come over to WWE, but I think he's talking to AEW instead because it gives him the opportunity to go back to GCW. Is it GCW? It was GCW. Yeah, it gives him.
GCW is Game Changer Wrestling.
I don't remember which one he came from. I just remember he came back from Japan, and supposedly he was going to go to WWE.
Then it would probably be NJPW.
That's what it was.
New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah.
This match happened. I had no interest in it. Uriah Connors beats Kale Dixon, and I'm just like, okay, we're still trying to make this, Children of Wrestling Legends thing happening, and I'm like, okay,
Children of Wrestling Legends, the freaking birthright.
I hate that name.
Let's just dissect it for one very big moment. God. How many of these people are white?
All of them.
They should not be calling it birthright.
It is outlandish and crazy. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, Charlie Dempsey, stay far away from this as possible, please. Stay far away from this as possible.
Yes, Charlie, do not go anywhere near that fucking train wreck.
Listen, because of everyone, I was just like, I know Will doesn't like his character, but like I need Charlie to stay away from Stax and Lexus King and Uriah Connors and Ariana Grace. So I'm just like, no, we don't need this, but we're probably gonna get it, and it's gonna hurt my soul.
Yeah.
Anywho, let's keep this going because Zarya is just like, you owe me one, so we're gonna fight next week for this championship. So we get JC versus Zarya next week. In which I'm like, either Zarya wins or Soul costs her the title, but we will see when we get there. Moving on. Slated for next week on NXT, the aforementioned NXT Women's Championship match between JC and Zarya. And then we're getting an absolute experience with Ricky Saints. And I'm like, oh God, we're getting an in-ring promo, aren't we? I hate this.
Oh, it's worse.
It's gonna be bad.
It's worse. The way they set up this absolute experience, especially in the other backstage promos that they did, I can guarantee you this is going to be worse than freaking the Grayson Waller effect.
Lord, well, we're gonna have to deal with it next week. I mean, the go home show. So I pray for you if you end up going. Anyways, main event time.
Exactly.
This match ruled.
This was so good. I was glued.
This was my favorite match this week on NXT. I really enjoyed this one from both men, Miles and Ethan, throwing it down. This was good. And to kind of fast forward a little bit, Miles finally did it. He dethroned All Ego Ethan Page, the longest reigning NXT North American champion. Miles Bourne is able to beat Ethan despite interference from the Vanity Project and Joe Hendry to come out and Ricky coming out. It was crazy.
That was so much fun. And I loved it's like Vanity Project tried to interfere, still got that, didn't get to go their way. They tried to interfere again, and here comes the Belly Boys and Shiloh Hill. And I'm like, yes, I like this trio.
It's fantastic. This match was overbooked, but honestly, it worked to the story that it was telling. And even with all the shenanigans and everything, Miles is able to pick up the win. Is your new NXT North American champion. And I gotta say, Kilt, at least to me, I'm like, I think it's time for All Ego to head on up to the main roster. I think it's time for him to go.
I fully want him to. And here's what I want them to do. Once our girl Chelsea Green is able to wrestle again, is medically cleared, I want her to go on another American title match run, get the title and keep it for an extended period of time, and then have Ethan do the same, so that way they can start their the whole presidential she's the I don't remember what she called herself, but you got the Chelsea, President Chelsea Green thing. She does the Secret Service thing again. He's her Secretary of State. I want that to be a faction, because that would be pure, hilariously gorgeous chaos.
Right?
I would die.
It's so much fun.
Especially if they let him do the Canadian belt behind the American, like they did with the North American Championship.
Jeez, it's crazy, but
I would enjoy the shit out of that.
I would too. But I honestly agree. I think it's time for Ethan to move on over to main roster. I mean, he's been NXT champion, he's been NXT North American. I think it is time for All Ego to head on over to main roster, and it makes me excited. And yeah, Miles, I'm really happy we finally got Miles the championship after what it seems like forever. I know when I tell Papa Oso everything, he's going to be excited because we've been rooting for Miles forever, and we all have. And I'm really happy that he finally gets his first championship here in NXT. And I'm really hoping that he gets a really fun run. So Shawn Michaels, don't screw it up.
Like Shawn Michaels has been cooking like crazy. Hell, even his social media is hilarious.
Shawn Michaels is the cool dad. We love him. He's
And
fantastic.
yes, I think Shawn Michaels should take over all WWE and well, Triple H should have a seat for a little bit, take a
Lord.
vacation.
It's crazy.
But
Alrighty, Kilts.
Let's
talk about it. Vengeance Day and Stand and Deliver. So we're gonna talk about Vengeance Day booking, and then we got some news regarding Stand and Deliver that we're gonna talk about too. So Kilts, Vengeance Day, as you have dispelled anything, it is literally next Saturday. So Elimination Chamber is this Saturday. Next Saturday is Vengeance Day for NXT. As of right now, Kilts, we only have 2 matches scheduled for it so far. Joe Hendry versus Ricky Saints, and then we have Izzy versus Tatum for the women's North American. We literally had a bunch of championship matches on this episode of NXT. So how do we fill out the rest of the card?
Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to throw more stuff at it. Jada Parker's gonna have to be in it. Hi, Anthony.
Hello.
What about $100?
Are you gonna give me $100?
Yeah, please give me $100. I need money.
Be like, we po.
I won't do anything for it, but I will. I like the money. Anywho, like, moving forward.
Po.
Yeah, Depot. Yeah. Jada Parker and Blake Monroe probably settle up. That's one thing. Oh, we forgot to mention one thing. Lola Vice and
she kicked Kalani's face in that backstage brawl. She's like, damn.
I'm not even going to. I'm not technically talking about that. They go an underground match next week.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. So we're getting an NXT Underground, man. It's about to get on and popping. It's crazy. Anyways, let's continue. Vengeance Day. So how do we fill out the rest of this card?
So definitely Jada Parker. If they don't do anything with Jada Parker and Blake Monroe next week, they should throw it into either the comeback the week after or the next day, something like that. That's one thing.
So yeah, I agree. I think Jada and Blake will probably be on there. I would also assume that we would also be what's it called? I also think that we probably would have to be getting something with Dark State and Tony. Like,
oh yeah, we got so more than likely we'll have some type of feud with Dark State and Tony. I want to see a 6-man tag match of the Vanity Project, the Belly Bandits, and Shiloh Hill. I just want my boys to have more time. I can't help it. I love them. They're my favorite. And it's funny. Hank and Tank are the only reason they are my favorite tag team right now is because of fan interaction. It's like during the commercials and the between stuff when they're not on the air, they literally were just interacting with the audience and just being personable, and I thought it was great. And I want that to obviously I want that to continue. And I think that was a very good moment for me to that's how it latched me on, and hopefully, we'll find out what's going on with Vengeance Day. Probably this week, if not next week, when it comes to in-person stuff, because well, we'll see. Anywho, but I think that would be a great match. Having, I'm trying to think. Where we got Johan. Honestly, I don't want Miles Bourne to defend his championship this soon. because there's nothing building up. There's no way to build up that steam. To have a defense a week after, it let the man breathe, let the man enjoy it, let the man set up promos and back and forth. The I think that one should be set left for Stand and Deliver. Now, we really don't have. Wait, you know what I don't see in
What?
NXT? The women's tag.
Which is crazy because technically those titles are supposed to cross all three brands, but they never bring it down, and it makes me mad.
I'm going to address something real quick. Anthony, you either put your money where your mouth is because I put the Ko-fi link in the chat, or you stop talking about it, okay?
For real.
Because whatever you're offering, you either send us the money or you move on, please. Like just dropping $100. Well, okay, what are you doing? Where are you putting it? To me, that's just you're dangling a carrot that's not even there. And it's very annoying to be doing that to streamers, and it's actually bad manners. So I don't have access to the Ko-fi. Mikey does. So if Mikey sees something, or I don't know if we can get super chats on YouTube. I don't know anything about YouTube.
Me neither. We're gonna figure it out together. But anyways,
yeah. But anywho, moving forward because we have more important things to talk about. That's pretty much all I've got. I can think of. Like, you know what? Maybe that's what they should do. Maybe they should have a women's tag team championship start a tournament announced for during Vengeance Day, like kind of like reveal it, and then start a tournament for who gets to fight for it and become the number one contenders for Stand and Deliver. Because they'll have 4 weeks,
which is very, very true. And so
April
4th. So you mentioned Stand and Deliver. So the news that came out today is Shawn Michaels announced that Stand and Deliver will not be part of WrestleMania weekend like it always has been. In fact, it will be taking place 2 weeks before WrestleMania. So it is going to be Stand and Deliver this year will be coming out of St. Louis Saturday, April 4th. So very interested to see and to hear that Stand and Deliver is not going to be happening. It's not going to be happening the same, weekend as WrestleMania, which I like because then the NXT folks get to have their own and they don't have to share with the main roster. But I was just like, dang, like it's crazy because I'm used to having Stand and Deliver be part of WrestleMania weekend. And the fact that it's not this year, I was just like, whoa, that's insane.
Sorry, I'm reading text messages. It will. I like it, and the one thing that comes to my mind is because it's going to be in St. Louis. I can't help it. Someone is on my on my favorites list and goes through my do not disturb. Anywho, getting back on track because it's in St. Louis. Wait, no, I'm thinking the wrong thing.
St. Louis is Stand and Deliver.
No. I'm thinking the wrong city. I'm thinking the wrong city.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking Indianapolis. Sorry, I got excited. I'm like, hey, let's have Pat McAfee. That's his hometown, right? No, Indianapolis is because he kicked for the Colts.
Oh man, so Stand and Deliver will be 2 weeks before Mania. So of course we'll probably end up doing because it's not part of WrestleMania weekend. It is more manageable. I have to check the calendar, but I do if we're able to. I definitely want to do a watch along for Stand and Deliver because of the fact that it is, the big show for NXT. And well, Kilts, that's it for this week's of NXT. Of course, we'll be back next week as we talk about the go home show before Vengeance Day, which is crazy to say. So, yeah, I mean, thank you all for tuning in. Once again, like I said, we'll be back next Wednesday, same time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, as we will be talking about the go home show of NXT and making our predictions for Vengeance Day. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up this week still. So later on tonight, I will be here and hopefully with Papa Oso as we talk about CMLL, as we discuss the Torneo de Escuelas and some other fun stuff that went down this past Friday on CMLL. Then tomorrow evening, at least I will be here in JVL, but the Progress Wrestling crew will be here to talk about For the Love of Progress 4, which was a really solid like hour and 50-minute show with 6 matches. It essentially was a glorified house show, but it did progress our super strong style matches as well as other matches happening going into March for Cause and Effect. Then on Friday, the TNA crew at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be talking about TNA as we are on the road to Sacrifice, which is the next pay-per-view in March. And then we end the week because on Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing a live watch along for the WWE Elimination Chamber. And if that wasn't cool enough, it is not just us doing it. We are also going to be doing it with our friends Nick at the Nick Happy Hour Wrestling Podcast, who will be popping in a match or two. And then, of course, we will be with our new friends as well of If We Had the Pencil Podcast, Matt and Sean. So it's going to be a full house over here on BC WrestlePod on Saturday, and we would love for you to stop by and join in the shenanigans. But that's shenanigans. But that is going to be it for us here tonight. Thank you so much from all of us here at BC WrestlePod to you at home. Remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay biconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. I will see you later in a couple hours for CMLL, but until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.